Oi, sovereign citizen, are you one? Well, I operate like one, but I'm not a sovereign citizen. I do not identify as a sovereign citizen, but I operate like one. Let me tell you what I mean. One thing a lot of my sovereign citizen brothers and sisters don't get is this: the government, since the day you were born, and there's that number on your birth certificate or whatever, there's paper trail since the day you open your eyes. The government wants to sort of maintain order. To maintain its own status quo, society has an agreement, an unspoken agreement that I don't steal from you, you don't steal from me. If you do, we have the policeman to intervene and sort of take care of you if you play foul. And then they go a step further. What you eat, how you move, where you go, what you drive, how you dress. They then put their hands in everything. You may believe in the Constitution, the Magna Carta, all of this. It's all bullshit. It's all dead words. So I understand when people say, oh, that's not my name, it's not representing of me, and blah, blah, blah. Since the day one of your birth certificate, the government took you, my boy. It took you in, just like you would take a stray dog, or when you adopt a cat, a kitten or something, and you raise the kitten. The government took you from day one when you were born and domesticated you into the system, indoctrinated you since birth, and it wants you to operate within its legal parameters, its in legal systems, within its constitution. And by doing so, you get a lot of benefits. You get a lot of freedom. I put freedom and benefits in quotation mark because I want you to understand as a sovereign individual, as a sovereign citizen, you have the right to deny those benefits, those privileges. In Australia, they used to tell us at school driving was a privilege. Driving was a privilege. All the time I hear that driving was a privilege. This was around the time I'm trying to like get my L's. And I kept hearing the teachers say driving is a privilege. Driving is not a right, it's a privilege. And I'm thinking to myself, now all the Italian kids and all the Aussie blonde blue eye kids, they're getting their cars while we're still in high school. And I'm over here in my room thinking, why is it a privilege? How is driving a privilege? You took up most of the space for cars when cars used to be the privilege. You then flipped it and say now having driving on the roads that you created and I have to pay taxes for is a privilege. It was confusing to me. So I never really liked driving. Believe it or not, growing up in Australia, bro, I don't drive. I like things like mopeds and motorbikes and shit like that. I don't drive at all. I like my bikes and I like to walk. I like to walk everywhere, believe it or not. I swear on my mom. God, if there's somewhere less than 3 kilometers or something, I love to work. I walk. I do not drive at all. I refuse to drive because somebody told me that driving is a privilege and that if I do go on the road and I'm just driving, they have the rights to pull me over at any time, any point, and just play games with me, sort of taunt me. The police has the right at any time to pull you over and just taunt you. Papers, this, license and driving, you got a fine, you got a this. The system has put you in a way where it wants you to think you're free, but you're really not. You are operating within its limits. It allows you to do things, certain things. And that's what I'm trying to get at today is you are free, but you're not free at the same time. You have to not fight the system. You have to become very comfortable with refusing its privileges and benefits if you truly want to be a sovereign citizen. I don't know if you understand my examples of a domesticated animal. You are a domesticated animal. You have agreed just by being in society to certain rules, legal or non-legal rules. You have agreed to them and you cannot escape them. This is what I'm saying here. The best thing you could do is probably deception. That's the best thing. If you could deceive the government and get your own way, or if you become self-sufficient and live off grid totally without any paperwork, then you are a true sovereign citizen. You are your own person living in the wild, and you do not uh, rely on them, sucking on their tits, the tits of the government in this case. Because if you rely on some of his road, on whatever infrastructures they have built on its welfare, it will control you. I don't vote at all. I have never voted in my life. But the one time I've ever voted was for my little rural area. That's the only time I have voted in my life. In the town I was in, as soon as I turned 18 in Australia, you get a letter from your, uh, sort of like country. I was living in countryside, and the lady in charge, our MP for that area, sent me an happy birthday. She don't know me. You don't know me, Sharon Stone. So I would go do a Sharon Stone research. Where was Sharon Stone? Oh, this guy is from this area. Sharon Stone, I received a message at 18 saying happy birthday. I have never met that lady. I don't know that lady. What she was doing was trying to indoctrinate me to sign up to be able to register to become a voter. Now, my only problem with becoming a voter was, imagine I don't feel like going to vote today, bro. I get a fine. I said, no, I am not. I am not. I refuse. I am not registering to be a voter. And I made that decision at 18 or 17. I don't vote at all. Now, the only problem was my mother does not speak English. So one day there was a sort of, for our little town, little countryside, there was a vote for the local MP. I went there to translate for her. Little did I know, because I was at around 19 at the time, not even 19, how old was I? I think I just turned 18 and I didn't even register. So I'm going there thinking, oh, I'm not part of this charade. And I'm just going to go help my mom vote whatever she wants to vote because she registered. And as I go there, the lady asked if I'm voting. I said no. She said why? I said I don't vote. She said, oh, that's a shame. You gotta have your say. I said there is no say. I don't really want things to change. I don't want no improvement. I don't want no politician to stand up and want to build a new hospital. I don't even go to the hospital, bro. I don't want anything from you. That's a sovereign citizen mindset at 17, 18. I think it was 18. They go, oh, well, you're currently receiving welfare through your studies. So your name has been put down to vote. I was surprised. Like, what are you talking about? She said, well, your name is right there. And she brings a piece of paper and my name was right there. So even though I have never voted, I never registered to vote, because I was receiving welfare as part of my studies, right? I had to vote. They had to put my name down to vote for the local MP. Because I was receiving welfare from the government, I had to be engaged in something that I avoided and didn't want to even do. So right then and there, that's the only time I've ever voted. Even till this day, I don't go to the voting booths, bro. I don't even go there to touch. That was, God knows how long ago, almost 20. I'm 27. That was at 18. I never been to the voting booth ever since. When it came to driving, I used to tell people I don't like to drive. I don't like to drive. When my little brother turned to a certain age and he wanted a car, I bought it for him. I don't want a fucking car, but if my little brother want one, that's his choice, but I just give him the car. I think it was not till then people really understood this guy really doesn't give a fuck, bro. Because they thought, oh, he just can't afford a car, so he's saying he doesn't want to drive. No, I genuinely don't want to be on your roads, bro. If I could afford to walk, I'll walk. Another thing, when COVID came, I was working, making pretty good fucking money. I had a choice. Don't get the injection because I don't even take as much as a Panadol. And it's been years since I take any form of medication. These people, the people at work would literally shut off. There's a key that we use to enter to the gate, and it has a microchip. They turn it off by the computer. If you don't get the injection, they'll turn off the amount of money I was making. I wanted to help my family. I was coerced into. I'm not a sovereign citizen, bro, because I'm working and receiving payment from somebody's private business. I had to get the injection by force. Let's call it what it is. It was by force. It was no choice. You're literally telling me either lose this amount of money, which is a lot to me, that you're right, and maintain. You can't go to the library. You can't go to this place. You can't go to the some restaurants. You can't go to even the supermarket unless you have the injection. It was an easy choice, bro. I wanted to help my family out, so I got injected. I got the first thing. By the third injection, I said, no. You might as well fire me, bro. I'm not taking no more fucking injection. Third, I think I took two. I didn't, or one. One or two, bro. I did not take any more than that. There's people that were volunteering. That's fine. My reason being, as a sovereign citizen, was not just lazy, sort of hot-headed. I don't want to get injection. The government is trying to kill us. I don't care, bro. If you want to get injected, get injected. That's not my point. And I don't think the government is trying to kill us, and I don't think there's conspiracy. The only reason why I didn't want to get injected was the knowledge that all of us young people, especially from children all the way to the young adolescents to the young adults, we have a healthy thymus gland which protects your body from all immune viruses, everything. We have healthy thymus gland. The thymus gland is the most important gland in the whole of the human body. Not the pineal gland, the thymus gland, which is located behind the heart. I knew this information. The doctors know this information. But they go along too because they're part of the system. It pays to go along with the system than to fight it. Don't you get it? You could be a sovereign citizen low key and still be a doctor, push people to do something you know they don't want to do because you're making like thousands of dollars. Or what choice do you have? You're making like three to $2,000 a day as a GP, general practitioner. Why would you waste your time trying to tell people, oh, well, there is a thymus gland, and the thymus gland fights all the viruses, so you should be sweet. Unless you have underlying health issues, there's no need for you to get an injection. That is the most sanest and soundest argument you will ever get close to COVID. The thymus gland is so healthy that anybody with no underlying health issues did not need to get injected. COVID was just a common cold. Realizing I was fucked over by my work and I had to get injected because they were just following what the government tells them. I'm following what my work tells me. You see the loop here? Society is trying to maintain its status quo. It's trying to maintain everything that's going on for itself. It does not need any interruption from you or anyone else. And you, as a sovereign citizen, you are seen as a nuisance, somebody who's just causing interruption, and the matrix is trying to sleep. I think I just lost credibility by saying the matrix. But if you start to see it as a matrix, you can start to make move, bro. Instead of fighting, you make move. So I don't know how much I could say here without incriminating myself. But during COVID, I live in Victoria, in Australia, Melbourne. You cannot go anywhere. I found a way to leave. Because I'm a sovereign citizen, I find a way to leave. Without crossing or arguing with anybody, I found a way to leave. That's as much as I can say. I found a way to get out of Victoria and go to Northern Territory and have fun. I couldn't put up with these rules. You can go to 5 kilometer radius or you'll be arrested. This is all bullshit, bro. As a free man, I had to think of a way to leave. My family telling me, oh, don't go, don't go. I left. Darwin was a different place, Northern Territory at that time in 2020. To be a sovereign citizen, you have to be smart. Play their game, deceive them. And sometimes refuse their privileges. Refuse these little driplets of rights they think you have or they feed you with. Avoid everything that they try to give you. And you're a true sovereign citizen. I believe what you believe. That yes, your name is just a dead word on a piece of paper. In fact, all words on a piece of paper are dead words. All books are dead words. They have meaningless. You are a living entity. Yes, everything you're saying is yes, yes, I agree with you. The only difference between me and some sovereign citizens, I play the system, bro. I play dumb, I play stupid, I play whatever they need, like a chameleon, fit in with them, but I have ulterior motives. I want to remain free. And so I play the game without causing too much distraction and bring attention to myself. Never had a parking ticket, never had any form of tickets. I don't have a criminal record, but I have allegedly, allegedly, maybe as a sovereign individual, I have done nothing. But according to the law, they could argue that throughout my life I have committed maybe certain crimes. I don't know, allegedly. I have to use this legal. Just like the word allegedly, it's part of the system. You have to be smart, bro. You can't just go around and say, "Oh, I am a free citizen and I have the right to travel." And they're gonna think you're retarded, you stupid, bro. You playing their game. At that point, you have to play your game. You have to be so smart, be so clever that it's cunning, almost cunning, disgustingly cunning. That's what you need. A sovereign citizen is somebody who realizes the government is fucking him over, so he fucks the government over slightly, slightly, without tweaking it too hard. He just does it on a smaller scale, little by little, little by little. And he bends the government to work for him. I I make an argument to my friends. I could kill a man and get away with it. I'm being honest with you. You could damn near do anything and get away with it. But it's just about how you go about it, bro. So I have no problem with sovereign citizens. I don't see myself as one. I am one. I embody one. I do what the sovereign citizens think they're doing. But you will never notice by how a nigga operates and move. You need to move differently. If you're a sovereign citizen, you need to move differently. Avoid these little legal problems. I don't have one on my no smudge on my paper, bro. No snitches, no statement, no nothing. No reports, no this person has done this to me. You do this, you do something to me. As a sovereign citizen, I'll see to it that I handle my business. I'm not gonna go call the police. Why should I call the police to protect something that I have stolen from someone else and say someone else stole it from me? That's what you're doing. You just go handle it. You go and handle your problems. You don't go run to the government. Oh, you're sick. You run to the government. I fall sick. I wait a couple of days, maybe even 7 days. Lay down. Take a. I'm privileged enough to just go and maybe lay down and take a rest and wait it out. And then by a couple of days, the sickness goes away. What do normal people do? They get sick. They run to the doctor. I'm sick, doctor. I have these symptoms. Then you're part of the system now. As a sovereign citizen, I haven't been to the hospital for the last 7 years since I was 20 years old. But those years I was working, I had to pay $1,000 on my tax to the government for medical whatever reasons. Even though I haven't not stepped foot once. That's just the law in Australia. And I'm okay with that. Because if there's a day I do go to the hospital, I don't have to pay a single dollar. But paying $1,000 a year, even though you didn't go to the hospital, to me is all right. But I don't really care about it. You see, it's something I just gotta go along with. I can't. If I'm working, can't tell them I can't pay taxes. But what's to say that you can't cheat them when it comes to taxes? That's why a lot of people skims. Those people are sovereign citizens, so when they have businesses, they skim. Skimming is a practice when you only demand cash. You report a certain. I don't want to explain the crime here for your people incriminating themselves over cameras nowadays. Oh, look, I have a gun. I have a gun, and then you're like a felon, and the judge goes, "Yeah, why you have a gun, bro? Like you're a felon in possession of a gun." Well, I'm a sovereign citizen. I'm right to have arms. No, you're going to jail for 7 years or something. That's the game, bro. It's all a game. Being free is a game. You're not really free. It's just a game. And some sovereign citizens are beginning to awaken and see it's a game, but they don't know how to play the game because they're too dumb. You see these, oh, sovereign citizen fail, sovereign citizen. You're giving us a bad name, bro. I consider myself a sovereign citizen, but not like you. I am the conniving, the cunning sovereign citizen, the one that looks like a normal citizen, or what you would call your, uh, well, there's a beautiful word for it. Oh, I'm losing you, I think. And I'm losing myself because I'm tired. But, bro, this sovereign citizen shit is so simple. Just play their games, man. Deceive the most people in these government bureaucratic systems or whatever agencies they work for. They're not that smart, man. So don't bring attention to yourself. Just go with the flow, bro. The first time I finessed the system, a lady really told me how to, and she works for the government. Imagine I went to her all rude and tried to make her job hard. Oh, I'm a sovereign citizen, so the laws don't apply to me, blah, 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 blah. Fuck out of here, bro. I went there like, yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. But what do you think I should do, ma'am? And I'm listening. And she broke the whole system down for me, and they made it very easy for me to cheat. That's what you need to do. You know, suck up to the police, boost their egos. Most police, they go into that workforce. Some of these people haven't even finished year 10 or grade 10, as you Americans say. You're smarter than them. So just don't even act like you're smarter than them. Act like you're dumber than them, bro. I don't know, bro. I feel like most sovereign citizens, they're really struggling with this one thing. You are a domesticated animals, the same way we domesticated cats, dogs, even kangaroos. I see now one of my mates had a little Joey in the backyard. Domesticated a kangaroo. People domesticated 7-foot snakes. You are a domesticated animal. That's all that you are. Wake up and act like a domesticated animal to get your way. But you're a free man. You know that you're a free man, but you act like a domesticated animal anyway. You see, there's a story, I'll finish here, the story of a man, and that man was vegetarian. No, was he a vegan? So he wanted to turn his cat to prove to his mate that veganism or vegetarian is much more superior. So he began to teach his cat and only gave him vegetarian food, vegan food. And the cat, being very smart, will go along like he's eating, the vegetarian, vegan food. But when he gets out of the house, the cat is eating some fine cuisines, going out there and hunting for himself. And then when he comes home, he goes along with the man of the house rules and eat only vegetarians to make him happy. The cat, the cat in this instant is you. You have to go along with the government. You have to go along to maintain the status quo of society, of the whole machine. Play its game. Appear as if you are agreeing with it. But behind closed door, you are much smarter than them. And that's the whole view of sovereign citizen, is to be deceptive and at the same time free from the bullshit. That cat goes out and hunts its mice and hunt and kill whatever, and then comes home and eats the vegetarian food to maintain keep the man of the house happy, the person who keeps him sheltered. Until the day that cat decides to run off and just go hunt and live in the bush by itself and refuse anything the man gives him, he's not free. Similarly, I say to the same thing. If you made it this far and you're a feminist, I don't want to like upset you, right? But I agree with the feminists. I agree with the sovereign citizen. With the feminists, they want to be free, but they still want to fuck with the guys. They want to have a man for their pleasure. You can't have your cake and eat it too, you see. For as long as that chick wants to be fucked by a guy, she's not free. For as long as you want to be fucked by the government as a sovereign citizen, you're not free. So you are just as delusional as the feminist is who still wants a man in her life. A sovereign citizen that still wants the government in his life and to enjoy benefits from the government is just a delusional feminist. You are have no difference. You are the same as a delusional feminist. I agree with the feminists. They should have their movement. Go have your freedom. Go empower yourself. Hey, whatever torches of freedom. Go girls, girls power, whatever, bro. You run the world. Go ahead. But the moment you want to fuck a guy or you want a guy to blow your back out, I guarantee you, you're not free. You might as well just go buy a dildo or some sort of a sex robot 3000 named Andre 3000, and it's just a big black guy, big black robot named Andre 3000, and use that as your sex toy, and then you're free. The same way I say to the sovereign citizens who pretend to be one, for as long as you need the government, you are not free. Go live in the wood. Cut off the welfare system. Get rid of your name. Get rid of the cars, the whatever you have in a piece of paper or form, your identifications. Get rid of them. And even still then, they'll still come find you, bro. You can't just move to a piece of land and then build something on it, bro. Because why? The government sort of owned a piece of land even before you came. The game is rigged. If the game is rigged, the only way to win is to cheat. But it's to cheat cleverly. I have been banging on about this topic for far too long. I am PD Kettle Hat. I wanted to discuss sovereign citizen in depth. Maybe I'll do a part 2. Maybe not. There's nothing to talk about. Go and cheat the system. Good luck to you. Don't do this rambling rah 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 with the government, and you still need them. If you still need them, there's nothing wrong with that. But fool them. Fool them. Don't let them rope you into their game. I always say, bro, you can do anything in life and you're not even a loser. You cannot have money. You're not a loser to me. The moment you let the government arrest you on something, which may even happen to me, happens to everybody, you lost the game. The game puts on pause. You sit in a cell somewhere and the government hires other idiots, helpful idiots, to benefit off you. You'll get a lawyer, benefits of you. You'll get a parole officer, benefits of you. You'll get this, a guard, benefits of you. Bro, so many people will benefit off your one fuck up in the system. That's how you lose the game. Death or jail. That's a loss to the game. Everything else, you're not losing. You're only down and you'll always get up. Every sovereign citizen should understand that you cheat the system. You don't confront it. You manipulate it. Because why? Manipulation is success. Manipulating reality is success. So you got to manipulate reality to get things your way. The system is too powerful. I'm literally telling you to give up, but also empowering you to be a bit more smarter. I have outsmarted the system so many times because I do it low key by playing their rules, walking on a tight rope, so to speak. Anyway, bye bye. I can't do this anymore, bro. This is too funny for me.